All right. Dance break over. I love Zoom, but as Marie said to me about 20 minutes ago before we got started, there are some really bad Zoom going on. Like to use Jim's, I'm going to use it as a 4-letter word. It is bad Zoom. So who's experienced bad Zoom in the last like 3 weeks? Yeah. And in some ways you're still grateful because it's people. You're like, oh, hello, someone who's not like requiring me to feed them. Hello. When Marie announced that she was doing a virtual happy hour in connection with her virtual summit, I felt very happy about that because I'm pretty critical now of virtual summits in a way that I wasn't a year ago. Because virtual summits a year ago were just another way to get content. But we already had events. We had these live events and we went to those events. And so it was sort of an easy, passive way. But when we no longer have access to these live events, events aren't just about content, right? When you get on a plane, you don't go, I'm getting on a plane to go get content because you know you get content from home. So why do you go to events? Someone.
To meet people.
To meet people.
Meet
Elaine
people,
said.
network. Yep.
Network, right? Like, does anyone sit in the front row, take notes, and ignore the coffee hour? Because yes. I know there are people. Listen, I know it happens. I know it happens. But then at the end of the 3 days, you're like, I could have just stayed home. If we get on a plane to not just get content, but to also have the possibility of great connections, then virtual events can't be an exception to that anymore. Like it just can't be. Mm-hmm. And so all the people who are running virtual summits with zero community opportunities are just, I think, are not doing the best they can. I'm not going to say they're doing it wrong. I'm saying they're not doing the best that they can to serve their community. So when Marie interviewed me about virtual experiences, I don't know, did anyone bother to watch mine? I didn't even watch mine either, so that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Did anybody watch any of ours?
I don't know. Did I watch anyone? Whatever. See?
Way to put people on this.
Marie, someone did.
We were getting tested, so I was like, I gotta watch everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Robbie, you should be using the anonymous polling feature for that.
Yeah.
I know, anonymous polling feature. So this is the thing. What if that built into a virtual summit was we are going to do breakout rooms based on the topics that people were most interested in continuing a conversation about. So watch these 30 talks and vote for which, and vote for the top 5 that you care about. And whatever 5 get the most votes, that's what the virtual summit like reception experience is going to be about. Do you think more people would then take time to watch at least 5? Right? Like think about if we're doing these recordings as content producers so that people can get our gift, our knowledge, our value, like we're like here, we care about this so much, we're giving it away for free. There's the difference between just-in-case learning and just-in-time learning.
Ooh.
And we know this, right? And there's a moment when we first got started in our business journey where we do a lot of like consumption of ideas. We join a ton of courses and we don't finish any of them. And, when we finally pick a path, now it's like, I want to learn about how to run masterminds. And then you go and you watch things that are about that. And that is just in time. Yeah. But right now, the influx of nonstop content from trusted people that we care about and we think are all quality, it's really hard to figure out what to do. And for some people, they're just going to be consuming and not acting. So I'm saying if you integrated some community piece, and this is like the lowest level. This isn't like I'm talking about a major conference. Like I just ran 2 back-to-back events last week that were supposed to be in person in Montreal, and they were both virtual. And I mean, I can share all the great things we did there, but I'm saying that whatever content you're currently creating, I'm imploring you to think about how to improve upon it by adding a community feel.
Yeah.
So you didn't come here to hear me lecture on this. You came here to get to know each other. So in fact, we're going to, in a few minutes, I'm going to wait until like 20 after, and we're going to do this. We're going to actually break up into small meeting rooms, and we're going to be tackling a topic. And so because the topic of the summit was about entrepreneurship and leadership in these times of COVID-19, I think the question is going to be, introduce yourself, like quickly, just a little brief, like who I am, what I do in the world. And then like, what gaps are you seeing that maybe were not there or only were tiny before and now are big. I mean, right, there's shifts that are happening. I didn't used to spend a lot of time talking about virtual experiences being more engaging. I don't think I ever talked about that. But there's a gap now. So like, what are the gaps that you're seeing? Are you seeing people, maybe it's things that are in your wheelhouse, or maybe you're seeing someone else step into a gap? You can't use me. I already used me. So you got to use somebody else. Fair? Okay. So think about the gaps that you're seeing, and then think about what are the ways that you could show up and have leadership in this moment that is actually tied to you. So one part of this answer is things you're seeing, because we can all get inspired by that. But what are things that you haven't acted on, but maybe you're starting to act on, you're thinking about, and then you don't have to have an answer, but like, what is that starting to look like for you? You're gonna have just a little bit of time in groups of I think I have groups of 4. I might even change it to 3. I'm gonna give you guys 10 minutes to talk about that. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna debrief it a little bit so we all can hear what people are talking about. And then we're gonna go and do another one of these. Because if we were at an actual cocktail reception, who's got their drink? Toast. Cheers, everybody. Yep.
Cheers.
Seltzer with lime, everybody.
Agreed.
While I still have the bubbly.
Have a glass of wine before 5.
If you were at an actual networking event, you wouldn't just stand with 20 people. You would get in groups of 3 or 4. And so that's why we're going to artificially do this. In my experience, it's going to actually be more intimate because you don't have to go searching for people. They're just there, and there's no outside distractions. So introduce yourself kind of quickly in your small groups. I want to note that we're not doing that in the big group right now because that would take the entire hour. I think you're all pretty fabulous. The people I know, people I don't know, I think you're even better. That's what I guess, as far as I know. All right, so you all ready to be whisked away? I'm going to check. So I have it set that you're going to go there automatically, so I can actually interrupt myself mid. See?
Oh, that's so cool. So people are going.
No, it's automatic. They don't even have to choice.
Oh.
But I pre-assigned everybody to rooms so that you and I I'm not assigned, but you weren't assigned either.
Oh, okay.
Or else you would have had to come back. So I just didn't assign you.
Gotcha. So we're just chilling for the next
We're just chilling. But the reason we're staying here, and this is what I want you to know, is that you want to stick back because someone's going to wander in late and they have to be welcomed and sent to a room.
Okay.
So you could join a room if you knew there was only 12 people coming and that that was it.
Right,
like if you had a class, you could do that.
In our zone, I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it.
All right, welcome back. All right.
Sorry.
All right, how's everyone's energy?
Good.
Is this like any Zoom that you've ever been on before?
Hell no.
Robbie, this is the best ever.
The Zooms are going to be like grayscale from now on. And you're going to be like, no, people put some color in.
This is a Robbie Samuel Zoom meeting.
Yes.
I want there to be more of them.
Have you been to a Robbie Samuel
Robbie?
Zoom meeting? Yeah.
Chris.